Hi guys, very happy to be here today to discuss about mobile. So I'm pleased to welcome on stage Didier RAPPAPORT, CEO from Happn, and Azmat YUSUF, CEO of Citymapper. Guys, come here. Great. So we talk about mobile, okay? So yesterday I read a fantastic blog post from Benedict Evans. I don't know if you know these guys, but you have to subscribe to his blog. It was about mobile and internet. He basically wrote that mobile cannot be a subset of internet. Mobile is the internet, and at the end, apps are the internet. It would seem that you understood this way before us. In a sense that you decided to move mobile first. So why first? And did you get any pushback, years ago from your VCs about the choice to move only on mobile and not on web plus mobile? Didier?
Okay. So we are 100% mobile, of course, for many reasons. First, because we provide our users with an hyper-localized service. So without the mobility, we couldn't do that. And also because we really think, you were talking about what? Web? What it is? Okay. We think everything is mobile today. With the mobility, there is a new paradigm, which is anywhere, anytime. And new codes appear and are used by all of us, which are the codes of simplicity, immediacy, gamification. So for us to build a new service could only be with those codes and in this paradigm. So we are mobile, we will never be something else, never web, 100% mobile. For the VCs, of course, there is no subject about that. I think that the subject for the VCs could be, why are you not mobile? Yeah. Not the inverse. So there is no issue, no brainer. Mobility is everything today.
And Azmat, do you share the same view as Didier?
Well, what's interesting for us is we actually started on web, even though people may not realize that, because mobile is so much more important for a transport app. But we started on web because when you're starting as a scrappy startup, you do what you can to prove what you're doing. So we have a website, citymapper.com, and if you think of the idea of transport and a journey planner, a lot of traditional applications have been on the web as well, such as the ones that RATP or TFL would have. So when we launched mobile, we were actually web first, but the growth of mobile has just been much more than that of the web. The other way we think about the web is that we are a utility. So as much as we're better on mobile, we still want to make ourselves usable for anyone, even if you don't have a smartphone. So we like to continue to have a presence on the web so we can accommodate that.
What's interesting is actually it's easier to find your app than your website in a way. So, and when I talk to developers, most of them told me, man, you can't imagine how hard it is for us because there are millions of apps on the app stores, millions of apps on the Play Store, and app discovery is a huge, huge issue for us. It won't seem it's such a problem for you because you are still gaining millions of users every quarter. So I really would love to hear more about your acquisition strategy. So how and where you are spending your money, first. Second, do you think there is still room of opportunity to get free traffic, so organic traffic on your app, on new users? So is free launch not over or over for mobile developers?
Okay, so there are millions of. What was the first question?
So the first question is about where and how you spend your money.
So we are mainly spending our marketing budget on online, on social networks, mainly on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we do all our acquisition through post-engagement, app installs. And for us, being online and focus online is very important because it allows us to hyper-localize our target, and to have a precise type of people we want to reach. And this is really possible with the social networks. So we are mainly online and social networks.
Okay. And do you get some free traffic as well? Or do you pay for every single user?
We've never paid for anything.
Wow.
We're in 29 cities right now, and everywhere we've gone, we have yet to pay for acquisition anywhere. And I'm sorry to tell you this because you're Facebook, and
that's fine.
We would maybe love to use you in the future. But I think what was important for us on mobile is we're not social, right? So it's important for us to have a great product and great word of mouth, and we also make sure people can find us. So SEO, ASO, all these things matter. But it was important to build something that is to a certain extent is useful, and it sort of self-grows. It was important to us as a product team to work on something we believe in that people actually want. So the problem in mobile to a certain extent is churn. People, a lot of mobile apps have a hard time with churn and just losing users over time. We sort of wanted to show that we can grow faster than churn without spending. That felt like that was the goal. I think acquisition is interesting to accelerate, and it's worth doing. But it was important for us to show that we were worthwhile enough as a product to not really spend on anything.
Yeah,
so I'm sorry, Facebook,
that's a good strategy.
But
that's
we will
okay.
in the future.
One day. And it's good to have users. I mean, you have both millions of users using your app every day, still growing really fast. It's even better to make money out of these users. There is a huge debate, not only in the Valley, but also in Europe, about monetization of users or to focus on growth of users. So what did you decide first? And second, how much do you think monetization of users would impact or are impacting user retention / engagement?
So for us, there is no debate. We have to monetize our audience. So we started with a model from day one, but we were quite disruptive in the model because usually in the past, in the dating industry, the model was based on subscription, where we have created a new model coming from the gaming industry, which is a freemium model. So the app is usable without to pay, but for additional features, you have to pay something. So we have chosen to impose that model from the day one, but also with a very low price for the users, as using the paying features cost only a few cents. So we think that when you impose from the day one, your users, they know where they go, and then starting by a totally free model, and then after years when you have the audience and asking the people to pay for something they have used to get free of charge for years could be a nightmare. So we decided to start with monetization, and it works.
Nice. Do you share his view?
Our monetization strategy is showing you Happn users on your commute. That's how we're going to pursue it. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we haven't been focused on it. Our focus right now is on growth. We think that what we're doing is valuable, and if we can make it work everywhere around the world, then that's more valuable. So right now, at the current stage of the company, we're trying to basically focus on growth, retention, and just building a great experience. I know it might be controversial in Europe to say that, but I think it's great that we can build that sort of a company out of London. We're based in London, but out of here.
And do you think about ads? I mean, there are a lot of companies now that are monetizing their business only through ads because they have the audience. They can make a lot of impressions. And if they serve the right ads, they will get a lot of clicks and so a lot of money. So do you ever think about ads as a monetization play for you?
Yeah, we'll probably monetize our audience in B2B, but we will never have banners or interstitials into the app, because today this is the time of native advertising. So the ads must be totally immersed into the user experience, not disturb the user experience, because first you have to respect your users. And for us, we will have some very native ad into the app, but never banners or things like that.
And you?
Not something we would really do. It interferes with the user experience.
Okay.
We would only do it to the extent that enhanced the experience somehow, but not. There's very little space on mobile, so it doesn't really make sense. There's already too many things you're trying to do on mobile, and we wouldn't want to compromise that experience.
Yeah, Apple is working for you. Screens are getting bigger, so one day you will have the opportunity to add maybe native ad or something like this.
I think there are probably better and smarter ways to monetize than to interfere with the user experience.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, when I visit Facebook offices across Europe or incubators, accelerators, I talked about you as an example. So for many startups, you are just rock stars. They look at you, they look at your growth, they look at how you are developing your business. So I would like to ask you, who are your rock stars in Europe? So who are the companies you admire the most in Europe right now? I'm talking, of course, about mobile companies. Azmat, first.
I should have been better prepared here. You know what's fascinating is you don't even know in mobile where a company is based. I wasn't aware that Happn was based in Paris, and I think that's remarkable. And sometimes people don't know that we're based in London. So I would have to think about who is actually here.
In Europe, across Europe, could be Israel, could be Germany, or any other company.
Let me think a while. Let me think very fast.
I was thinking the same. No, it's very difficult to say because I think we are really in a global world. So what I appreciate is to get the service from an app that I can use everywhere in the same way with the same usage. So I think that companies on the sharing economy or those companies who are deeply changing the world in the way we have new usage like Uber, like Airbnb, like all those companies, that they are really examples for us because you use Uber in the same way here or in Tel Aviv or in any city in the world. And for me, that's an example. And I think with the digital world, we are more and more global.
So let me talk about Outstrip or about Get Taxi from Israel, just to not only talk about our friends from the US.
Great.
Okay, thank you guys. We have now 1 minute left, so I would just in 2 words from you give key advice for a startup. What would be the 2 or 3 priorities you will say to, or you will tell to a CEO of a brand new startup?
Very simple. I would say figure out what your use case is and focus on your product initially, nothing else, in order to get that use case right.
And focus. Okay.
Yeah, focus on the main thing. There's just too many things you can do as a startup. A lot of distractions. Try and ignore as much as you can. Figure out the most important thing and just do that.
Perfect.
I think having a clear view of what you want to build and building the product that really supports that view. So
vision, focus on the product, and think about usage. Thank you, guys. It was an honor to have you on stage.
Thank you.
See you very soon.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you, guys.